So, as if things cannot get any more foolish in this clown house of an administration, okay? As if things cannot be even worse. I wish Pete Hegseth could actually focus on, doing Secretary of Defense things, doing Pentagon related things, doing things that secure the nation's own security against foreign enemies, such as Russia, such as China, who are interested in sowing dissent in our nation. But no, we have a drunk retard. We have a drunk retard in charge of the Defense Department, okay? Because outside of his favorite hobby of leaking war plans to a group chat about bombing the Houthis, all right? His other favorite hobby is banning DEI, okay? Banning DEI from naval academies, all right? He's trying to ban these things from military institutions because they're too woke. However, what's included in that list is apparently Holocaust books, okay? Holocaust informational nonfictions. That is what's going on right now. So it says here in this AP article that we can, see right here, Maya Angelou memoir, Holocaust book are among those pulled from Navy Academy Library in DEI purge. This scary DEI, it's fucking everywhere, okay? It's everywhere, all the way back to the Jews, all right? I can't believe the Jews would be the number one DEI component, okay? You know the Nazis, all right? The Nazis didn't remove gender books because they were DEI. It was totally because they were written by Jews, right? They totally didn't have a thing against gay folk, right? Totally not, right? So if we scroll down right here, okay, we can clearly see the Navy late Friday, okay, provided the list of 381 books that had been taken out of its library. The move marks another step in the Trump administration's far-reaching effort to purge so-called DEI content from federal agencies, including policies, programs, online and social media postings, and curriculum at schools. Other books clearly deal with subjects that have been stridently targeted by the Trump administration, including gender identity, sexuality, and transgender issues. A wide array of books on race and gender were targeted, dealing with such topics as African American women poets, entertainers who wore blackface, and the treatment of women in Islamic countries. Books on the Holocaust, histories of feminism, civil rights, and racism, and Maya Angelou's famous autobiography, I Know Why the Caged Bird Sings, were among the nearly 400 volumes removed from the U.S. Naval Academy's library this week after Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's office ordered the school to get rid of the ones that promote diversity, equity, and inclusion. So apparently, the whole DEI agenda goes back so far to the point where DEI existed before DEI was even invented, because as far as I'm concerned, DEI was first introduced during the civil rights era. But obviously, a lot of experiences and a lot of lessons, a lot of social issues are pulled from before the 60s. So what you have is essentially a contradiction. You cannot tell me that on one hand, you are against DEI when you are banning things that are nowhere related to DEI. This has nothing to do with DEI. Okay? Nothing. All right? They have everything to do with civil rights, nonfiction, probably historical nonfiction, right? Autobiographies, these kinds of things. And the reason why this is important to point out, you're probably wondering, Kat, why are you pointing this out? Why does this matter in the first place? Why do we care about whether or not naval academies pull out these kinds of books? Well, the reason I care is because if it was the Democrats that was doing something like this, if it was the Democrats that are pulling books out about stuff that, history about America or how colonialism was like in America, or how the founding fathers created the Constitution, all of that stuff, right? If Democrats were the ones doing this, we would never hear the end of it. We will never hear the end of it, all right? But apparently this is acceptable. So, and in addition, Pete Hegseth, the person who has leaked the Signalgate group chat, is in charge of this. So he's back to work that quickly. No investigation, no anything. He's just back to work as if nothing has happened. We're just gonna ignore the fact that Signalgate existed, and Pete Hegseth is automatically back to banning books on the Holocaust? Really? But no, apparently we live in this clown world, and this is all just one big ass circus. And honestly, I am waiting any day at this point to just simply wake up and as if everything was a dream, all right? Because all of this, not gonna lie, kind of feels unreal, all right?